Hi, we're here doing our final collaborative vlog project, and today we're going to be talking about two questions, what our favorite vlog topic was and why, and what we learned from this whole project as a whole. So, Rachel, do you want to go ahead and take it off?
Sure. Okay, so my favorite part was choosing the music with a certain culture, and what I chose, I liked obviously American music, so a lot of music in America is very diverse. We have country, we have rap, we have jazz, we have classical, and it's all around. But there was one specific culture that it related to was rap, and with the African Americans and how they really express themselves. And what I learned through that is that they did so much through it, and people kind of hated on it a lot because they thought it was very vulgar and whatnot, but they were just finding a way to show their feelings of how they feel about the government, how they're being treated, and whatnot. And it really inspired a lot of great artists. So.
My favorite one that we did was the very first one when we talked about musical identity. I feel like that was a really good way to kind of start off this whole entire project because it was, the broader picture, just trying to figure out what it means to have an identity through music. And I think that that's when we're talking about younger students, that's one of the most important things that we can do is let them know that they are able to have a musical identity and another way to express themselves, or I don't necessarily want to say put a label on themselves, but another characteristic about themselves that they can have. And I think that that's really important, especially with younger kids, because a lot of kids think, oh, you can only be a musician if you are in the Chicago Symphony Orchestra. It's you can have your own identity through music no matter what type of music you are. If you like to listen to it, perform it, no matter what, you're able to have an identity through that. So I think that that was an important part.
My favorite one that we did was the goal in teaching music in class, just because I never had a lot of teachers integrate music into my class, so I didn't really even think about using music in the class. So when I did that one, I looked up some different lesson plans that use music to teach different lessons, some math or science or social studies. And I just thought that it was good to see that there are some out there that we can use that already integrate music, and then we can just branch off of that and find other ways to integrate it into a classroom.
I also thought that was really important because that's something because we're not necessarily being trained to just be music teachers, so we have to find ways to put the things that we have learned into our normal classroom, so I thought that was a good one.
Even in classrooms I've been in, they've been using different types of songs to get them motivated for a certain project. In my tip right now, there's a Kiss Your Brain, and it's an integrate multi-age group thing, so they'll play a song right before it and all the kids will sing to it and then run off to their classroom. So it's kind of a way to kick off a lesson plan, I would say, as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Get them motivated.
Yeah. And even just draw their attention back, a lot of teachers will do the clapping. I mean, those are rhythms, that's stuff that they don't realize that they're actually developing some kind of tempo and playing a beat, but that's a really easy way to do that,
Yeah, my tip teacher was showing me different tapes that she has, because they have a lot of people they go off of that have music for verbs, contractions, nouns, and whatnot, and she was saying how the kids just love it because they'll sing along with it, but they're learning at the same time, but it's more of a fun way to learn it rather than just stand there and tell them, oh, a noun is this, a verb is that, rather than listening to a song and that would stay in their head. I mean, when I was in Spanish, how you conjugate, we would sing so, right, we would do different ones like that, and it just stuck with you. So I think it works.
And even if you think about this is funny, but Hannah Montana, there's the bone song, and that's how she learned her bones. And I swear I used that in high school anatomy.
That's what I put in our video.
Thank God I didn't take anatomy.
Yeah, but it's stuff like that we don't necessarily realize it while it's happening, but it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, definitely sticks with you.
So now we're going to talk about what we've learned throughout this whole process. I think for me personally, I think that the biggest thing that I've learned is just the ways that we can put it all together, you know? So at the beginning of the semester, we learned all the different separate pieces of music in itself, you know? We talked about everything individually. It was like a content course. And then with this project, we're really learning how we can apply it to our classroom, you know? Instead of just going from content, we learned how to apply it. And I think that is what makes this class so valuable, is that we actually had to use these and find ways that we could put it into practice. So I thought that was cool.
I guess I just didn't realize how important music was, like, in the classroom and, like, as a whole. Because, like, when I would do my vlogs, I'd look up things before I would talk about it just to have a better idea of what was going on. So, definitely when we did, I'm trying to think, I, like, looked up when we had to incorporate in the classroom, and, like, also, like, the musical identity is, like, your kids are multitasking while they're doing this, and it's not just, oh, like with the recorder, you have to think where you're putting your hands, you have to know how to, like, blow, you have to know, like, what chord you're playing, whatnot, and so it takes a lot of process with that, and it kind of broadens them, and, like, it was reading something, like, it helps, like, them learn better and, like, be able to do more things at once, which I found really interesting, is by, like, playing music that it's more than just making music. And also I've learned, obviously, how to integrate it a little more, and, like, just kind of the importance of music as a whole for, like, just society.
Yeah, I think that's what my biggest thing was like integrating it more into the classroom and how to do it. And it doesn't have to be just music when you teach music. Like, I remember doing, like, in 6th grade, we did songs for the prepositions, and half the time I can still remember at least the majority of that song. So I thought it was just nice to know that, you know, they say integrate this and integrate that, but it's nice that it's not so hard to integrate, that, you know, there's stuff already out there that can help you branch off of that.
There are, like, a lot of lesson plans you can find, or, like,
Yeah.
different songs that you can look up to help your, like, if you're not very good with music, you don't know much how to use it within your classroom. I found a lot of stuff online to, like, look through.
Yeah, especially
which
when
is
we did
nice.
the history one. Like, I haven't heard a lot of, like, history songs, but I found a ton of
Yeah.
stuff
Oh,
that's
yeah.
already out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And that would, I mean, and some of it's longer, but we can always adjust it to whatever we need to.
Exactly.
It was
Yeah.
nice to know that some stuff's already out there that we can branch off
Oh,
of.
yeah. So that's all we have for our final vlog project. So, yeah, see you later. Bye.
Bye.